want to make sure we spend some time talking about Kansas kind of in depth. Is there a fix, right? Is there a way that you can say,
I mean, this guy's got to be Superman. Darryn Peterson's going to have to be Superman this year. He's going to have to be not just the number one pick, but the best college basketball player in the country. And those are two different things. You know, you can be the number one pick and be a fringe first-team All-American and be a great, really good college player. He's got to be kind of what Bill Self said. Mm-hmm. Like, he's got to be a guy that impacts in every single way, can't take a night off. By the way, if Darryn Peterson takes a night off, Kansas can lose to just about anybody other than, you know, the bye games. So I said it when he put together this team. This just does not look like a team. And maybe he spent too much money on Darryn Peterson.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Out of their NIL budget.
After Florida lost to Arizona, we had this conversation on After Dark where we kind of said you can't panic with Florida. Like, there are some things that they need to work on, but you can see the pathway to them finding a way to be able to be what we thought they were in the preseason, right? I really hesitate to overreact to a team with a freshman as your go-to guy playing their first real competition together and doing it on the road in the Dean Dome in front of 17,000 people, right? Saying that, oh, their season's over, blow it all up.
Of course their season's not over.
What's the path? What's the pathway to them?
I just said it. It's Darryn Peterson being Superman.
That's it.
I mean, he has to be. He has to be. What other, like, Trey White isn't all of a sudden going to turn into a 20-10 guy, right? Cole Rosario, yeah, maybe he turns into a really good freshman. Yeah, that could help you. Flory's not all of a sudden going to turn into this skilled big man who can step out and make 18-footers, right? That's not him. Now, he's a killer. He's tough. I liked what I saw out of Bryson Tiller offensively tonight. I like that.
We knew he could space the floor.
Right.
He could shoot. But
I mean, again, are they?
He also fouled out in like 13 minutes.
Because he hasn't played in 2 years. Yeah. He hasn't played in 2 years. So, again, defensively, it's going to take some time for Tiller. But I thought what he gave you offensively tonight in his second game, pretty impressive after missing as much time as he had. Again, can Kansas be I'm never going to count out the combination of Bill Self and Darryn Peterson. I'm not stupid. I'm not counting them out. All I'm saying is, like, right now, I don't think that the supporting cast is good enough. I don't feel good about, like, them being able to win a national title with this supporting cast. Am I crazy?
No, but I would just like to point out that you said at the same time, I'm not stupid, and you also said I rank Caleb Wilson as the fifth best frashman in the ACC.
That was
so
stupid.
It's a lot of things.
That was stupid.
But I don't think that was necessarily. I probably would have had him a spot or two higher.
Brown.
Yeah,
he should have been third.
I probably would have had him third,
right,
but I don't think it's crazy to think that he was a step below those other two freshmen. Because, like I said, we're going to keep. I don't want to keep going back to this. Hopefully, we're going to hear from Caleb Wilson here in just a couple of minutes. But I do believe that he showed
more
something.
Than a couple of minutes, right?
I do believe that he showed something here today that was really impressive to me. Final thoughts. Let's kind of wrap it up on this game. North Carolina came into this game as the number 25 team in the AP poll. They came into this game where a lot of people had questions about whether or not they really were good enough to be able to save Hubert's job, more or less, right? That's been the storyline this entire offseason. Did what you see today fully change your mind?
No, just like it didn't fully change my mind that, like, Kansas isn't good. It didn't fully change my mind, but it gave me, if I'm a Carolina fan, if I'm, John Henson or Tyler Hansbrough, I'm feeling pretty good about this team right now because, again, they showed.
I can tell you right now that John Henson is feeling pretty good about a whole lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, he probably won a few bucks on his
free money.
But, yeah, I mean, I think what you want to see out of this team that maybe we haven't seen in the last year or so is some fire. Some fire with this program with, again, RJ was terrific. He didn't show a lot of, like, that wasn't him. He wasn't showing a lot of emotion, a lot of passion. They weren't an exciting team to watch. Caleb Wilson gives them that guy that you want to turn on and you're like, I can't wait to see what this dude does next. And I think Henry next to him, it's a perfect compliment. And they got Darryn Stevenson, who they don't have to rely on, but he's great coming off the bench. And their guards are good enough. I don't think they're like going to set the world on fire, but Seth Trimble's a really good leader who's developed into a good leader.
Well, you got an on-ball defender that is a real culture guy that cares more about wins than he does about any of the numbers that he is going to get, despite the fact that he probably could average 15 a game in the ACC if he wanted to. You have a point guard in Kyan Evans, who is a very, very good shooter, an unselfish passer that showed some flashes in ball screens. You have guys that want to be able to be a part of a system and have embraced being role players off the bench. Zayden High, I'm thinking of. Jonathan Powell, I'm thinking of. Derek Dixon, who I think is going to end up being a very, very good player for North Carolina. And you have size, length, and athleticism that you need in the ACC this year, and we saw that coming. My biggest thing is, and I will admit that I am changing my tune on what North Carolina. I thought they had a chance. I think they have. It's more than a chance. Like I think that we're talking about them in the same tier as Duke and Louisville because of what we saw